Hello and welcome to the last game of the day, everybody, for the Battle of Central Europe Season 3, brought to you by Hitbox, SteelSeries, eBattle, Vinotech, CoastalGamers.net, DailyDota2.com, as well as esportsbets.com. Guys, so huge shout out to the sponsor for making this happen, a 30,000 prize pool, and of course, there's a ticket with this as well, so you can watch this in-game in the Dota TV client. It's only $5 plus it brings an awesome meeple set with it, so check it out. But we're of course HeflaTV, your English coverage. I am Coucher, and once again I am joined by Mike Lores. So what do Dragon Slayers have to do to just win game 2 and make this a 3-game series?
It's really hard to say. Whenever a team has a decent enough draft and they have a fighting chance, but they just don't quite get there, you always have to look at your lanes. How did those go? It was not as good as we really thought, especially that dual lane mid. And you could say, well, just draft an entirely different lineup. I think if they drafted the same way, they could be relatively successful. It's, again, really hard to say. Maybe they just have to switch everything up and go for a lot more of a direct strategy. But yeah, I don't really know. Power Rangers just seem to be one step ahead of Drak every single fight.
Well, at least now Tidehunter will be there for Dractor Power, so I just think change things around. But Power Rangers, go for the Legion Commander Skyriff Mage. No IO for them, of course, because it did get banned out, but duel into Mystic Flare should be, in theory, easy duel wins. But we'll see if Drak are gonna allow that to happen, or maybe they're going for a defensive hero, something like a Dazzle somewhere along the line. Shallow Grave will almost guaranteed save you from a duel loss.
Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty nice combination from Power Rangers, though picking up Legion Commander this highly, always a little bit of a sketchy situation because she is, first of all, with answers. If you grab a Vengeful Spirit now from Drak, then you're going to have a pretty good response to your allies being dueled. And there's, of course, many heroes that do that. Like Shadow Demon does it perhaps the best. You just literally cannot lose the duel since you're invulnerable, which is pretty cool. But we'll see if Drak actually want to do anything like that. For right now, it is going to be them picking up relatively defensive heroes in the Tidehunter Witch Doctor. I suppose the Death Ward is pretty good with Legion Commander being stuck in the duel, and when you combat that with a Ravage, it gets even better.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty damn strong combination, so I really like the Witch Doctor coming up from them as well. Power Rangers though now, banning out the Necrophos. Necrophos did give them some grief last game. Of course, had he gotten off to a better start, probably would have been a complete different game, but even so, just Aghanim Scepter, suddenly hero is down, plus 30 seconds on the respawn timer, no buyback, just a bitch to deal with. But now, Storm Spirit banned out by Drak, that's a hero I didn't just really see randomly getting banned. Power Rangers, they could have gone for it, just more initiation power, more lockdown, I guess, set up for the duel or whatnot. But do you think Storm Spirit just would have been a pick for Power Rangers?
It's always kind of in consideration. It's a very powerful hero. We saw him being played by Aftershock, and it was pretty freaking amazing to see, but there was no indication that Power Rangers were going to go for something like that. They didn't touch it in the last draft, so I personally don't see it. The Doom makes a little bit more sense because Power Rangers literally just finished kicking Drak ass with the hero, so that makes a lot more sense to me, but who knows? Maybe they just really don't want to pick up stuns, although they already do have a couple.
I mean, you really can't have too many stuns, to be honest. Stuns are always going to be nice, but Drak, they go for a Disruptor. I guess if Legion Commander blinks in and duels immediately but gets glimpsed, that duel might not be won at all. It's actually an interaction of spells I have not personally seen, so it might work out, but Power Rangers going for a Beastmaster. Okay then. Hero I don't see often, but a hero I always enjoy watching.
And that's because you were on the other stream and you weren't watching any of the Denial games. Beastmaster was picked up all the time, and the build that Funzy went for was, you first of all prioritized the Hawk, mostly just for vision purposes. Didn't really see him pick up many gems, but the build was Medallion into Travels into Necrobook. And it worked out pretty well. He went to the offlane every single time, and we might be something similar from the Power Rangers, although I have not seen them play the Beastmaster before, so I don't exactly know what role they're going to put the hero in, first of all, and I don't know what item builds they're going to go for.
Oh, we'll see what it's gonna come out, or really they can go for anything. If they go for a crazy draft, then the items might just be as crazy to follow up by them as well. So, we'll see, but Drak, they need some more cores. I'm not even too sure what they can go for, maybe something elusive, something like a puck, just more teamfight control. Although, they would prefer to have some heavy hitters as well, most likely. And somebody who can actually survive that duel or a Primal Roar just combination.
And that is going to be a very small pool of heroes. I mean, we saw so many strength heroes from Power Rangers last game. It could be that Drak want to take on something similar, but for the most part, I think they're going to feel pretty comfortable against Legion Commander because they do have glimpse. But Viper's one of those heroes that can survive all of that. So it's a very safe hero once again for Drak. They are going to play this very cautiously. It seems like they might be preparing themselves for a hyper carry pick in their last. So, you know, maybe something like a Naga Siren, Dusa, Spectre, along those lines. But if they do decide to go for that, Power Rangers are already able to play this very aggressively. A Beastmaster in and of itself lets you do that.
It's definitely a nice hero, just somebody who can survive, like you mentioned. So we'll see what the last ones will be, though. I guess that's Drak's just mid laner, the Viper there, up against the Legion Commander. Not a bad choice. So for their safe lane, though, do they go for something like a Spectre who can build tanky later on, or what would be a viable carry for Drak here as the 5th one? But Spectre will get spanned by Drak themselves. Death Prophet, whoa! I legit didn't even notice that Death Prophet hasn't been touched before this ban.
That happens so often to me. I just like assume that Death Prophet is not available if she's not first picked, and then it's just not there. Oh, Power Rangers. Okay, so the Beastmaster now is going to be a vehicle to get Tinker wherever he needs to go. You could use Boots of Travels on your Hawk, and you could bring in a whole bunch of heroes. Tinker, assuming he gets his farm early on, can very much so abuse this Hawk from the Beastmaster. If that doesn't happen, however, then Tinker is not going to have the best of times. He is facing up against the Disruptor, and then, oh. Well, I mean, you're talking about heroes that could survive Roar and Duel. Pudge is certainly one of them, and we get to see a Pudge.
Oh, it's not a bad day after all, man. Pudge. That's almost probably the last hero I would have expected. I haven't seen a Pudge for God knows how long. It's really been too long, to be honest, but it's gonna be fun. And Power Rangers, they don't have like a crazy lineup themselves that can just completely take over the game and just go for buildings and everything else as well. Of course, Drak, they don't have the heaviest of carries for themselves either, so should be just probably kind of a fight-packed, just action-packed game.
Yeah, so it should be pretty interesting, and well, I don't really know how good 8 Mother is with his Pudge, but hopefully it's very impressive as he is going to be smoking up with the rest of his team. Pudge lets you start and very easily take these early fights. He's going to be joined by Seal Kid on the Witch Doctor, Cat on the Viper. We got Warren on the Tidehunter, and Handskin on the Disruptor.
As for Power Rangers, Soneko playing the Rubik, Tichara on the Tinker for the safe lane, J4 playing the Skyriff Mage, leaving Chachlo on the mid lane Beastmaster, and the last one will be Cheshire Cat on the offlane Legion. And the smoke, can they find anybody? Smoke breaks, Soneko, no, don't run the Rubik, no, don't go, back, yes, good boy, but the kinetic field is there anyway. He's going to get rotted up as well by 8 Mother, and, well, he's already getting the first points of strength once he gets the Flesh Heap later on.
And Rot level 1 is almost impossible to escape from. That was pretty much the best telekinesis you could have asked for, but oh, no, wait. J4, what are you doing? You literally just saw everyone in the area. Is he really going to be brought down like this? Kinetic field, not in time. And very luckily, the Scarith Mage gets to live. 325 movement speed base is going to let you escape from those scenarios, but still, that was unnecessarily risky from him, and he's still thinking about turning around. Hanskin, Seal Kid, and now 8 Mother. They still do know where J4 is. He thought he escaped, but he's not going to escape for a second time because this time Kinetic Field is going to catch him, and here comes the Rot. J4 has no escape. I mean, as nice as it is to take the runes, dying is probably not going to be worth it for spotting out the double damage.
That start from Drak is probably the best start they can ask, and not only that, Pudge was also just there for the kills, even getting one for himself. So this is just probably the best start they can ask for this tri-lane, and they need it as well because they're going to be up against just triple ranged heroes. Of course, Tinker, maybe not the craziest of heroes, but if he goes for lasers and heat-seeking missiles, they can just start blowing up people quite easily, at least the squishy supports. So just Drak being able to hit level 2 before can allow them to just go for that many more kills, just Wood Restoration earlier on and everything else as well.
Yeah, this bottom lane situation for Power Rangers is all of a sudden very, very bad. Let's take a quick look at the other lanes because I don't think we're going to see much action in them, so we might as well get them out of the way. We got Cat going up against Shochlo in a 1 versus 1 mid scenario. Beastmaster is actually pretty good in the mid lane. I don't know if he's going to be going for Inner Beast to try to push the wave into Viper, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did decide to go for that. I expect this lane to be relatively even with Viper holding a slight advantage. And up towards top, the Legion Commander is going to go toe-to-toe with Tide. She's going to rely very heavily on overwhelming odds to get last hits safely, because once Anchor Smash comes out, Legion Commander is going to do next to nothing. But overall, this should be, again, slightly even, although slightly...
might lose his life right now. He stood around for way too long. The bottle helps out a little bit, but no! He messed up his movement. He's going to be fine in the end, but he's so damn low. He has one extra tango. But Beastmaster, he just overstood his welcome by a long shot.
And that's something you always have to be careful of. Viper is not getting boots, or not getting bottle, rather. So he's going to be at very low amounts of HP for a very long time. At least he drained the entire bottle of Shochlo, but Shochlo's going to find now an Invis rune. In the meantime, bottom lane, oh no, Hanskin, how'd you get up there? It's a good thing he has Pudge on his team, so he's not stuck.
Man, Rubik telekinesis shenanigans coming out. But yeah, really nice to just hook down from Ape Mother there as well. So the tri-lane action continues. Other lanes probably just farming up. Mid lane, Shochlo gave us a scare for a little while. But Katkat, it's not like he's working with too much health just because you don't build a bottle almost ever on Viper. Every now and then it still happens, but the wild axes, they're just pretty damn great means of just both getting last hits as well as harassing the enemy at the same time.
And also, the Beastmaster is almost purely physical. Oh, bottom lane, hook is going to land. That's going to be yet another kill for the Drak side. They're sitting in the Martian Machines, but with Voodoo Restoration, they will be just fine. They have another Kinetic Field that's waiting for it. There it is, onto J4, but it is not going to be placed very well. Now J4 is actually completely stuck, so it's going to get the kill regardless. That's a double kill for 8 Mother, and he still has Rot. If he's going to try to deny himself, he's going to try to do it, and he will not make it happen, but it will be another kill. Regardless, the Disruptor will claim that onto Rubik. Now Drak with a 5-1 advantage in this game. This is slowly getting out of control for Power Rangers, this bottom lane. It's very rare that we see these types of lanes, but if you're not prepared for it, then you're just going to lose.
I think slowly does not begin to describe what's happening on this bottom lane. That's just so many flesh heap stacks for the Pudge, and once he gets a few points into it, he's gonna be just so hard to be brought down. Power Rangers, they don't have the greatest burst damage, and of course, their tri-lane now, they're behind in levels. Pudge is level 3, Disruptor as well, and I think even the Witch Doctor, yes, they are all level 3, but Tinker is the only one level 3 on the Power Ranger side. So that's already an advantage in itself. At least mid lane, Katkat, 15 and 4 compared to 16 and 5, so Shochlo somehow keeping up and even harassing Viper heavily.
Yeah, the Whirling Axes are physical from Shochlo now, so though Corrosive Skin is now up on the Viper, it won't really be helping him too much versus this Beastmaster, just returning a little bit of damage. I don't even think it's going to be very relevant. So Beastmaster is going to get full harassment value out of those axes, and as long as those land, he will continue to get last hits, and he'll continue to pressure the Viper and keep himself at a safe distance at the same time. So Beastmaster's doing just fine. Cheshire Cat up towards top is actually #1 in CS. That is extremely surprising to me.
It is indeed. I mean, I guess he's just been using the overwhelming odds perfectly, or just kind of kiting his way out of the Anchor Smash every single time. I actually have to keep an eye on that, but at the same time, bottom lane is most likely where the action is going to happen. But how the hell is he doing this?
Man, I mean, I guess he just doesn't respect the bottom lane. So Pudge is going to get silenced before he can close in, but he does close in because of the amount of stuns from the cast. 8 Mother is now taking quite a bit of damage, but he's going to get a hook onto Sneaker regardless. He got already one stack of Flesh Heap. Going to go for another. He's not hitting anyone, not rotting either. He will go down, but it's still a 2-for-1. Hanskin and Seal Kid with the Voodoo Restoration will be walking out just fine. J4, the sole survivor of that fight. And even though Drak have lost the Pudge twice, these two supports on Drak are getting quite a bit. And as you said, it's just Pudge saving up for Flesh Heap already with that 1 point, which is very uncharacteristic of Pudge. But I suppose if you're up against all this magic damage, you might as well get a little bit more resistance.
Top lane, Rubik TP's in now, only has a level 2 Fate Bolt, so might not even be enough, but there's the overwhelming odds. Cheshire Cat wants to go for the duel. You cannot crack and shell off a duel, so that is one of the best ways to deal with a Tide Hunter, to be honest.
8 Mother going fishing, and he's going to find a Skywrath Mage. More strength for 8 Mother. J4, though he's pretty quick, he's not fast enough. Witch Doctor is going to steal that kill. And, man, it's going to be even more. Ditchy-Rod glimpse back into a kinetic field. Laser's going to save him for a little while. Might even get a kill on Hanskin if he's very lucky. No, Cask is there. 8 Mother looking for a hook angle, but I don't think Ditchy-Rod has any way of escaping unless he has the sickest of jukes. Oh, juke 1. He's still getting hit. No hook is even going to be thrown.
Top lane, the duel in the meantime. Tide Hunter stays alive through the duel at least, so doesn't give away any damage. Does die in the end. but not half as bad as also just for the Legion Commander to gain damage at the same time. They go for Phase Foods for some extra damage, but Ape Mother up to 6 stacks. He didn't get the Flesh Sheep for the Tinker. That's, I guess he was a little bit too far away, but still 6 stacks, 6 minutes in. Definitely a great achievement for him. Supports getting the levels. Tinker getting absolutely nothing accomplished just as a Soul Ring. Oh god, this Legion Commander is gonna have to just carry the mid game together with the Beastmaster.
And right now with 0 stacks of damage, this is not the situation you want to be in to carry the game. If she had 1 by now, she would be fine. If she had 2, she'd be amazing. But 0 is, pretty much par for the course. In all honesty, like 0 stacks for 6 minutes in, most Legion Commanders won't even be level 6 by this point. But if you have so much pressure on your team to perform, you need more damage. And Legion Commander is get chased by Cat. Maybe a denial is possible. No, Anchor Smash does do quite a bit. So Legion Commander, as you said, the best hope for Power Rangers to kind of recover from this bad early start, and well, dying is not a good way to start. They're also going to set up for Sasha over towards mid. Beastmaster does have a roar, and that's also a way that they could get back into this game. Once the ultimate from Scarith Mage comes up, roar into flare is almost a guaranteed kill on anyone.
They need that flare so bad though for it. Scarf Mage not even soaking up XP from the bottom lane, just trying to pull through a little bit maybe. Rotating around even at the moment. Never mind, he's in the top lane. Not the just safest place to be, but I guess Tidehunter, he should be able to just outrun him if need be. Handscan and Sealkit though coming in with a smoke, both are level 5. They have the level 3 glimpse, level 3 paralyzing cask as well. Oh my god, they're gonna find Sun Neko first. Rubik, he's gonna go down for sure. There's a Thunderstrike. Telekinesis up as well, actually. Not maybe that short. Cheshire comes in as well, the duel, waiting for it. There's the duel onto Handscan, glimpsed back though. Well, there it goes, Handscan. He's going to run towards Cheshire a little bit, but he does survive the duel. Ape Mother doesn't catch anybody. Rubik escapes with 29 HP. Can they still get something? There's the meat hook, the dismember. Yes, Cheshire he's going to chase down in the end. Paralyzing Cask as well. Hook to get the kill. So a 2-for-1 in the end. 2 cores going down for just saving the Rubik's life.
Yeah, but in that fight, there was only the Legion Commander dying. The Viper actually got a solo kill on the Beastmaster over towards the mid lane. I don't know exactly how it shaped up, but I'm pretty sure you guys can all use your imagination. Ditch your Raw in a little bit of trouble, though the Glimpse is going to miss, and well, everything except for Thunderstrike is going to miss from the Disruptor, so Tinker gets to live. But that was actually kind of surprising how few people died in the bottom lane. Warren came in, but as soon as Power Rangers saw that, they had to get out because the threat of Ravage is way too high. Drak, they don't have really great pushing heroes, so it's going to be really tough for them to take the towers following, but if there's no response from Power Rangers, then Ape Mother could just chill here all day long and just wait for someone to be foolish enough to TP, and a hook into Dismember at this point is almost for sure to be lethal, even though Pudge only has 1 point in Rot. It should be 2 at this stage, but decided to go for that early stage of Flesh Heap, and it's working okay for him. But we do see a potential rotation from Power Rangers. They did see the other heroes in Handskin and Ape Mother with that Hawk, and they're going to try to crash this party, but Warren has Ravage. Maybe they're going to be able to assassinate Handskin and get out, but that seems very unlikely.
They have a Death Ward and Seal Kit as well, but they're going to go for Handskin. There's the Primal Roar, Wild Axe as well. They're going to go for the duel. This duel should be won for sure. Paralyzing Cask, Voodoo Restoration. No, he survives. What? How the hell? Oh my god. Disruptor does die in the end, but once again, duel not won. Ape Mother kills off J4 in the meantime. Wow, Shashlo going to get slowed down as well by another Viper Strike now. I don't think he can escape this Paralyzing Cask coming off cooldown. Press the attack keeps him alive for a little while longer, but only a little while. So it's a 2-for-1 in the end. How the hell did they not win that duel even? Oh my god.
It's because Witch Doctor was there with the cask, and unfortunately for Power Rangers, there was also a boar there. If the boar wasn't there, only 1 stun would have hit on the Legion, and then she would have won the duel. But because the cask was actually bouncing, there was no chance for her to get out of there. Or no chance for her to actually land that finishing blow. So Beastmaster, for some reason, or in the end, ended up losing that duel for Legion Commander, or at least making it fizzle. So far, no duel damage has been given out at all this game. And with a 4-14 lead, Jack Japar are so very happy about that.
Well, you did mention that they lack just any crazy amounts of pushing. And Power Rangers, they have one of the best counter pushers in the game as well, being the Tinker. So at least Power Rangers, they can most likely turtle for ages. Although Pudge maybe going for a Blink Dagger or Force Staff, something like that. If he just manages to hook somebody away from the high ground, get that 1 kill, especially if it's on the Tinker, pressing high ground might be a little bit easier later on. but still, they're off to such a great start, and they're gonna go for more. Chaslo might be the one just receiving it. They have the glimpse, they have everything. Cat comes in with the slows. They don't even need the Viper Strike really for this. Just easy kills, kinetic field as well. He gets caught, and he goes down. 8 Mother, 8 stacks of Flesh Sheep.
And now Ditchira getting glimpsed as well. Has a laser, but there are way too many targets for a laser. That's going to be 2 kills now for Drak plus a couple of boars to boot. A little bit of extra gold there. Power Rangers, they're just bleeding heroes right now, and they do have the combo up, Mystic Flare and Roar, Duel and Mystic Flare. These are all ways of getting kills very easily, but Drak wherever they go, death follows, and they see Sunico over towards mid. If they catch vision of him, then a glimpse back is going to ensure his doom, although they don't actually have glimpse. It's going to be J4. No, J4, what are you doing? Maybe he's going to get a kill on Hanskin, but I don't know why he walked in that direction. There was nothing he could have done there.
Except for feed. That was the idea. Just let's go in feed. 9. He felt sad for Punch having 9 Flesh Sheep stacks. Wanted to make it around 10. That's really my best bet. Otherwise, even if he had gotten Disruptor, his own life was just forfeit anyway. So I don't know what he was thinking really.
Yeah, who knows? There was also glimpse back on the Beastmaster to add insult to injury, and now they're going to look towards top lane. Rubik is going to teleport out of there and be just fine. In the meantime, Seal Kid and Cat going to get jumped upon by Blink Dagger. Cheshire Cat going to try to win a first duel, and he will finally get a stack of damage. And, well, actually, Ravage now in response. J4 going to drop, and then Shotshlo dropping very low as well. Viper Strike in the trees is the Beastmaster, but he will not be able to survive as Wern's going to lay the slow beatdown on him. Yes, it's a stack of damage being won from the Legion Commander, but at the cost of 2 heroes, that is probably not even worth it, quite honestly, because now Drak, they could just very easily go for this tower, and if anyone wants to teleport in just by themselves, they're just going to be hooked. Fortunately for Power Rangers, they have a Travels on Ditchira, but I don't really know if this is going to be enough right now. They need to get something off of these Travels.
At least they can just start split pushing in Drak. They don't really have a good lineup at all to deal with that. So them turtling up as well as trying to split push at the same time, Power Rangers, I think that's the best option. They have the Fate Bolt, they have the Wild Access, as well as the March of the Machines, and even Overwhelming Odds. So clearing up creep waves for them should be rather easy, and Drak might struggle going high ground, and they don't have the best Roshan lineup as well. So if they had the ability to just go easy Rosh, get Aegis, just breaking towers, forcing fights even more for Drak would be a lot easier. But since they don't have that, they might struggle a little bit. And 8 Mother, although the Pudges had a great game, he isn't farming. So he's not getting a crazy amount of items or anything.
Pudges is inherently a budget hero, but getting a whole bunch of kills and assists, not having any items to boot is not the best situation, but Force Staff is really all you need. We do see the gem being picked up by Shosh, though, as his only item. This is a solo mid Beastmaster, by the way. He is core, not random support, and he's near the bottom of the net worth chart. Gem is certainly going to be very useful for him, as he's going to keep himself a little bit more safe versus random rotations from Drak. But is it really going to keep him safe? Because 8 Mother sees he sees a boar, got the boar, 35 gold for a hook, probably not worth it. But at any rate, there is going to be much more map control for Power Rangers now that the Beastmaster has a gem. But do Drak care about that? I mean, if Hanskin sees anyone with Thunderstrike and the Glimpse, it's going to be a kill no matter what.
I really think they're going to lose the gem within the next 3 minutes maximum. And if they do, they themselves are just going to be screwed over by it so damn bad. It's definitely not a bad item to have on a Beastmaster. It's just, I guess they want to make sure that Drak does not have just perfect vision of the Radiant jungle so they cannot gank, especially the Tinker all the time. But this gem is a huge investment, and of course that's going to mean that Beastmaster not going to have anything else for a pretty long time.
Well, let's see if your prediction comes true, because 1440 is when you said it, and I think Shotzo might be in a little bit of trouble just right now. He will teleport out of there, but we do see a slow push now from Drak. They have a Blink Ravage level 2, and this is actually blinking in, or fighting into a March of the Machines. Though you can fish occasionally with that hook, it's probably going to be a little bit too risky. I think really they're just buying time for Cat to push up the top lane right now, as Viper has gone for Maelstrom, which is not the most common item that we see on Viper, but in this type of situation when you're the only real right-clicking hero, you need to do a little bit more damage as Viper. Plus, it lets him push faster, so it's a nice combo there. Mid lane, or bottom lane rather, Wern is going to get fooled, but it will not actually work because Cheshire Cat gets hooked out of that, and now it's going to be a kill on the Cheshire Cat. Wern is actually stuck in the trees, but he will break out of there soon enough, and he will be just fine. Legion Commander, well, didn't really expect that one. Now they're going to go on Shotzo. Static Storm is there, plus a cast bouncing through. Another Ravage is going to be used and connect onto the back lane as Seal Kid starts channeling his ultimate. We'll get silenced by J4, but it's the cost of his own life. Warren is still okay, and 8 Mother with another 4-staff hook is going to land on Digirod, trying to teleport out. Not going to happen. It's a Mega Kill for Cat, and then Hanskin gets a double, finishing off Rubik. It's a full 5-man wipe, a 5-for-0 trade.
So I was pretty far off with calling it 3 minutes. It only took a minute and a half for him to lose the gem. Oh god, Rubik even managed to steal the Ravage there. Use it, I think it was not the 2 heroes. Still not nearly enough. Drak, they're just too damn tanky, as well as Power Rangers, they just straight off like the damage. It was a nice jump with the duel, but that hook shot not only did it drag Legion Commander away so he can't damage himself, Vern also being dueled up, he started running towards him straight away. Not with the pathing, not anything, just straight through the trees. And he just ran out of the Mystic Flare because of that. It was just horrible for Power Rangers.
Yeah, if Tidehunter was a sniper or someone like that, then he would have just stayed in that Mystic Flare and he probably would have died. But instead he decided to walk through trees because Tidehunters can do that now when they're under the effects of duel, which is a very, very rare thing to see. Like people abusing or ignoring pathing because of duel, but hey, when it happens and when you get yourself out of a Mystic Flare because of it, you're going to be thanking your lucky stars you decided to pick up a Pudge, because Pudge is one of those unique heroes that can do that for you. But after all said and done, it's Jack Japar taking down the bottom tier 2 tower. Now they're going to go for Roshan, and they have a medallion on the Witch Doctor, which is actually kind of rare to see, but I guess Death Ward is physical, so it is a decent combo. It'll help them to take down Roshan a lot easier, and even though Chacho sees this one, there's nothing that Power Rangers can do about this, because, well, actually Tinker can teleport in, so maybe they can mobilize fast enough, but it'll be suicidal.
And that is Rose Show. They didn't even attempt it. I think it's probably the wisest choice here as well. But Viper has the Aegis, Yash had to follow up as well. So not even going for an Aghanim Scepter, at least not yet, although it's still 18 minutes in. And this Viper 5-0-4 has a gold per minute of 553. Usually not something you see on a Viper, but he's been farming up quite a lot. 110 last hits as well, the most highest in the game.
Cool.
Hanskin, come on, win the duel. Mystic Flare, I don't think it's still gonna be enough. There's the mech, he stays alive, and they might even turn it around. Once again, Chishkat going for a straight TP out. Silence on Hanskin prevents the glimpse from coming out. He barely escapes. Blink Ravage will catch 2. 8 Mother gonna hook in Soneko. More flesh ship stacks. J4 gonna get chased down. And it's a 3-4-0. And did the Legion Commander... What?
She died. I thought she teleported out.
Did she teleport out and just immediately like got glimpsed? Glimpse did go on cooldown, so I guess he got glimpsed to the river from the base?
No, he glimpsed her and then she teleported back to the base and then she just went right back to her dying spot. I think that's what happened. So she died in the end, and well, she died. That's the takeaway, guys. Doesn't really matter how it happened.
Oh god, look at Joshua now. Boots of Travel's Puddle. 19 minutes in, mid lane Beastmaster value. Oh god, this game, although it's not over just because Power Rangers they can turtle for ever and ever and ever and just until hell freezes over. This game, just looking at the graphs, 16,000 net worth lead, 19 minutes into the game, almost the same in XP as well. Well, the positive is that Power Rangers, if they do win a fight ever, they're gonna get a lot of just that extra bounty in both XP and gold.
Yeah, when your game plan is revolving around comeback mechanics, you know you're in a bad position. Like, the Legion Commander has only taken 1 duel win, can't even win a fight against a Disruptor, even with Mystic Flare backup. Granted, there was a Viper there with a mech, which added a little bit more survivability to the Disruptor, but certainly this should be a possible kill for Legion Commander at this stage of the game. And if it's not, then, man, Legion Commander needs to get something. It needs to be set up by everyone else on her team, though, just like her getting the last hit. They're going to try to go for this Disruptor, but he has a Blink Dagger now after a casual point booster. I guess he's still going to go for Aghanims, but deciding instead to find himself with 2,100 gold, 2,200 rather, and we'll pick up the Blink. Shachlo is going to be chased down. 8 Mother sees it. That was nowhere close to landing, but it doesn't matter because Shachlo doesn't have an escape anyway, so they're going to get the kill one way or another.
And that's 15 stacks of Flesh Heap. Now, Flesh Heap still level 1, and he has lots of strength still to gain from just leveling out the Flesh Heap now. He's already up to 1.5k HP, almost 1.6 without having a single strength item. I guess you do get that +3 from the magic wand. And Dichara, he's just trying to creep skip or just split push or do anything as a tinker. But this game, it's gone so slow for Power Rangers. First game Power Rangers, they looked pretty damn good. At least, well, from like 10-15 minutes onwards. This time around, it's just struck all the way.
And this is getting pretty dangerous for Power Rangers right now. As you said, they can turtle forever with the Tinker. But Pudge is actually pretty good against the Tinker just because even though you might not have a creep wave to work with, as long as you have the mana, you're just going to constantly be throwing out those hooks. Eventually you'll find someone and then maybe you could make a kill happen off of that, maybe you can't. But either way, it's going to be your team getting kills while the enemy team is bottled up in their base. 8mother is going to, well, try to blink forward and find a Tinker. However, Tinker does see this one coming. Cat doesn't really care about this. He's just going to work down this tower, and he has Manta Style and he has a Maelstrom. This is a very interesting Viper build, and we'll get him a couple kills. Shacho in the bottom lane, taking down a tower, is going to be jumped upon by 8mother, and suddenly, oh, Hanskin maybe might go down to a duel. Yes, finally, Cheshire Cat gets a second stack of damage, and let's see if he can escape. 8mother has a hook, has Ditchira here to help out. Hook onto the Tinker, actually, but now Pudge is all alone. Ravage is going to connect only to Cheshire Cat, but here comes Mystic Flare onto 8mother, will bring him down. Cheshire Cat still surviving for a little while longer. Wern has to back off right now. Ditchira is going to jump forward with the laser rocket bolt, not going to kill off the Tidehunter. Here comes Seal Kid, landing a Maledict onto J4, looking for that Death Ward opportunity, but he's not going to find it. I think the Skywrath Mage is going to be just fine as he does teleport back to base, but Cheshire Cat might run into Cat right now. Oh no, don't go that way. Oh man, that's the wrong tree to chop through. It's going to be Legion Commander going through the wrong tree, and that's a godlike streak for Cat. Still, it's probably the best trade that Power Rangers have had all game.
It probably is, but just Legion Commander, that was way too greedy farming up with such low HP as well as mana there. Of course, he didn't expect that Viper to come, and he literally just walked into him. So, didn't help there, but like I said, best fight they have taken, and if that's the best fight, it's really sad for you. Cat also denies the mid-tier 1 tower, so even more insult to injury for Power Rangers. But looking at just the net worth, it's not that horrible. Only the Viper is 6,000 above everybody else, almost 7. But other than that, Drak not doing like exceptionally well. Tidehunter also going for a Ring of Health, so maybe a pipe in the making. Maybe a Vanguard into Crimson Scarf, but not going for a straight off refresher or anything after the 4-staff. So things are delayed a little bit, at least for them. And Tinker, he's gonna go down, 8mother finds him. But Legion Commander has a BKB now as well.
Man, I love how casually you said Viper's only 7,000 gold ahead of everyone else, like, without breaking stride at all. Like, that is a crap ton of gold to be ahead by, and this is a dangerous hero to have it as well. So, 8mother also getting 17 now stacks of Flesh Heap. This is, one of the more bulky Pudges I've seen, probably the most Flesh Heap stacks I've seen for 23 minutes into the game, mostly because you don't see Pudge that often, so the sample size is pretty low, but either way, Pudge is going to get incredibly big, incredibly fast. Already is the most tanky hero on the map. Yeah, by quite a large margin. So 8mother, he's very tanky. He's doing quite a bit of damage with that Rot. And he has Blink Dagger 4-staff. Really, you can't ask for anything else in your Pudge. And, well, Power Rangers have lost now all of their Tier 2 towers. Roshan, well, unknown respawn timer for now, but Drak Japar, the hardest part is going to be breaking high ground up against Tinker. But if they catch Tinker out again, then it'll be a really easy push.
And Rubik goes for a Hand of Midas. I guess it's not bad since you're not gonna find any farm on the lanes or anything. It's gonna be all soaked up by the Tinker and maybe Legion Commander. So it's nice to get some farm, but oh no, he can't even use the Hand of Midas. Come on, just remember out of this. Telekinesis, use Hand of Midas and just die with peace.
Worth it. Worth it, man. So Nico is going to give his life for that. And I mean, I actually do like the Hand of Midas here for Rubik. Not because it's like a standard item or anything, just because he knows that right now, because he doesn't have any more tier 2 towers, the game is 100% going to be about turtling and turtling. So if you can contribute and like, if you get gold at all from that, it's going to be very unlikely just because Tinker is going to be getting all of it. So this guarantees that Rubik gets something out of that. And maybe it's going to be relevant, maybe not, but oh, hook in, it's going to catch Ditchira, the best target to find. It's not going to quite kill him off, although now it will. Static Storm also being used. The Tidehunter looking for a Ravage opening. He's going to land it onto 3. No, 2 actually. Cheshire Cat and BKB up. But still J4 and Shacho taking quite a bit of damage. Pudge is going to walk away from that duel safe and sound. Now Shacho, Cheshire Cat, he is going to get glimpsed right back, buyback from the Tinker. But it's Cheshire Cat in the middle of one too many heroes. Where's the Viper in all this? Hanskin, Seal Kid dropping pretty low. Viper's slowly closing the distance, but they're going to land yet another hook onto Cheshire Cat. You can't leave, Legion. You cannot leave. And now Drak Japar, they still have to work through this Tinker, but they just took a fight without their Viper, and they took it very handily.
And that was pretty much just suddenly 17,000 net worth gone for Drak just because Viper wasn't there. Now he came in though with the mech, with the Manta style as well. That's probably going to be a tier 3 Tinker. He's alive. Oh, does dodge the hook, but there's the Viper stack. He's going to go down. That's a dieback for the Tinker. And with this, should be easy racks as well to follow up. I mean, there's nothing for Power Rangers to defend this anymore. I am almost positive that we're going to a game 3 here. Of course, Drak, their pushing is extremely slow, but the catch on Icon up, the telekinesis is there before the dismember. So he might even be able to escape unless he gets glimpsed back. There's the kinetic field as well. Does catch him in, so they get the Rubik as well. The push is low, but since nobody's defending them, they don't care.
Yeah, 5 versus 0 seems like pretty good odds to me. They're just going to keep throwing out those hooks. They have a Mjolnir onto Cat, so he is actually hitting pretty hard and pretty quick. So Power Rangers down 1 set of axes, and it's 7-37, and yeah, that's a good game. Not too surprising.
Just extremely well played, and what a draft as well from Drak, and making this kind of draft work. Of course, Power Rangers draft wasn't really the most conventional either. Going for the Tinker, Beastmaster, just not working out in this game at least. Of course, they had that 1 game buffer, so they could try to go for some sort of experimental picks, but in any case, guys, this is gonna be it for game number 2. It's gonna be 1-1 in this series now, so we're heading towards the last third deciding game. Who's gonna advance to the second round of the winner bracket? We will find out in a couple of minutes time, guys, so don't go anywhere, stay tuned, and hope to see you in game number 3.